Now this morning I'm joined by Dr. Rasha Kelej, who is the CEO of Merck Foundation. Merck, more than a mother. Very good morning to you, Doctor.
Good morning to you. Thank you very much for being here.
I will start by asking, I must admit I didn't know how much stigma there was attached. And the video we played is just a short bit. Yes. But women tell their stories of how they have been in abusive marriages for 10 or more years because they have failed to have a child, and unfortunately they have nowhere to go. So I'll start by asking you, why did you start this? What inspired you, a lady from the Middle East, to do something for sub-Saharan Africa?
Yes, exactly. I am also from Egypt, which is also Africa. So when I was doing the diabetes and cancer awareness community meetings in different countries in Africa and rural areas of Africa, I was speaking to women and I said, you have to take care of your life and lifestyle, eat healthy. Why you have diabetes and you can walk, it's a rural place. They told me because of pressure and the stress we have faced in our life because we are infertile. And then they start to tell me about the horrible stories they are facing every day, the stigma, discrimination, psychological and physical violence from their husbands and in-laws because they cannot have children. So I started to dig in deep in this problem, and I find many facts that we can really act and change this culture. So I don't think that women, it's not fair to judge a human being who's only organ of their body. If they can have children, then they are not human being. They can do a lot of other things to the community and contribute. So what we've done, when I find out through the WHO data that the infertility is a huge incidence in Africa. It's 1 every 4 couples are infertile.
One in every 4 couples.
It's a huge number.
That's a huge number.
It's a huge number in developing countries and in Africa. And also, there's another important number is almost 85% of the infertility in Africa can be prevented because it's due to untreated infectious diseases. Infectious diseases due to the things we are advocate against every day, like genital mutation, STDs, unsafe abortion, unsafe delivery, child marriage. All these cause infertility, which most of the times is silent, and so cause infection, which most of the time are silent, and the complication of this infection when it's not treated on the right time is infertility. So prevention, awareness, and community awareness is very important to prevent this issue from the start. But if she has infertility, and or him as a man, because it's 50-50, a share of the cause of infertility, 50% of the causes of infertility are due to male factor. Yes. So you cannot go to the hospital by yourself. Even the husband has to share the journey of the treatment, otherwise there will not be treatment. And they have to stop to blame only women for infertility, because women are not the only cause of infertility. And if there's no treatment available for any reason, then they have to be also respected as a human being, and they have another purpose and training, maybe working, educated, to do many things. And this is what we have done with the women in this village and many villages actually. We almost have 800 women. We empowered to have their own business and train them to have their own business. Chicken farms, cows, bakery, many other projects. They are now completely transformed to be different.
Okay, we will be opening our phone lines a little bit later, so you can call us and speak to Dr. Rasha Kelej here as we talk about the silent stigma of infertility. These women, what are some of the worst cases you have come across?
It's a horrible case. Actually, one day I received a call from Kenya saying to me there is a very bad case happened to a woman who is infertile for 7 years or cannot have children for 7 years. What happened? They told me her husband attacked her and chopped both her hands. I said, it's impossible. I mean, how even a human being, even a thief coming out from outside, not a husband, can do this to a woman? And of course the story is, even she was not the one who was infertile, he was infertile. And they discovered that. They went to hospital, he discovered he's infertile. He couldn't admit that he's infertile. He doesn't want to go to the doctor to get treated. So he started to abuse her and beat her up every day, until one day he came and he's saying that she will leave him to have a child outside the marriage. So he chopped her hands and they ran away. So you see how it's everything. They are both victims, but he couldn't tolerate the pressure of the society and the intolerance of society for him to be infertile, because means that he's not a man. In his opinion, he's not a man, while there is no any relationship between infertility and masculinity. So he could be the most powerful man in the world and can be infertile, and a person who has 10 children, he could be the weakest man in the world. You know, understand this? There's no relation at all. So we want to encourage men to speak openly about their infertility. We want to say that infertility is not a stigma, it's not a taboo. It's a condition, and it can be treated, it can be managed, it can be prevented, and even if there is no treatment, it doesn't mean that you are less than a man or less than a woman than the rest of the community.
Let's talk about the treatment. Infertility treatment. I know there are lots of treatment, one of them being IVF.
Yes.
And I know you're doing something, but why is it very expensive? And maybe what are you doing as Merck Foundation to help infertile couples?
Just to give you a brief about Merck Foundation is owned by Merck Germany. And Merck Germany is a leader in infertility management. Okay, so we actually one of the first discovered the IVF technique. It's expensive because there is no skilled professional who does this most sophisticated parts of the technology of the IVF locally available or local personnel. So they always come from abroad, and this is very expensive and even less effective. So what we have contributed to that we are training embryologists from Uganda to be local Ugandan embryologists, so they can do the treatment day to day in the country, so they don't have to travel or they don't have to bring someone from abroad, and this will affect the cost hugely. And also we are supporting, you've seen Minister Sarah Opendi. She's a great woman and leader. She actually took on board this problem among with other problems we are doing, like diabetes and cancer, and she created the first public IVF center will be in the New Women Hospital in Sub-Saharan Africa. So it will be the first public. So it will be, the treatment will be subsidized. It will be only cost to cover the cost. There is no profit making, and we will train almost 5 IVF specialists and embryologists to work in this place. So they will cover locally the needs and demand of Uganda and maybe also East Africa, because it will be like a hub for all East Africa. So with the support of the government, it was really great to find a solution to improve access to this cost-effective treatment.
Okay. Are we seeing infertility on the rise?
I mean, it's high anyway, so it's not only on the rise. Maybe on the rise because it's diagnosed, but the incidence of infertility is 1 every 4 couples in Africa and developing countries are infertile. Okay. And it's very high and higher than the developed country, because in developed countries maximum it's like from 6 to 9%. But why it's high? Because as a reason I said, most of the cases can be prevented and it's due to untreated infectious disease, which take us maybe to a small advice to
yes, to the young people who are watching us this morning.
Yes, the young people, they have to practice safe sex and to avoid risky behaviors, because this can cause infectious diseases, which maybe they don't care about. But when they care about that, it can be complication and they can be infertile one day and suffer all this taboo and the stigma, they might actually be aware of what they are doing and take care of themselves more.
Okay. Well, you've heard it from the doctor. It's unbelievable that some untreated diseases can actually cause infertility. But the good news is that there are treatment options available. So we'll now open our phone lines. If you do have a question on possibly how to contact Dr. Rasha Kelej or be part of Merck Foundation, please do call the number on the line on your screen and let us know what your question is. Or if you have a comment about infertility, we have Dr. Rasha Kelej here, who will be happy to answer any of your questions. We'll take this caller whom I have had. Good morning. Please, when you do call, remember to step away from your TV set or turn the volume down, because there is a slight time delay and we don't want to hear ourselves. Do we have a call on the line? No caller on the line at the moment. So how do people get in touch with you?
Of course, they go to our website, Merck Foundation website, and they will find contact us and information. And they also, if they want to submit their stories about infertility, there's also submit your stories, and if you want to ask for help or support or anything from Merck More Than a Mother, which is part of Merck Foundation, you will find this email directly. But also, I mean, if the team can
we'll put your details up.
Yes.
Merck Foundation is spelled M-E-R-C-K.
Yes.
M-E-R-C-K Foundation.
Okay.
And
if it can be in my business card when I give him, it's a website.
Yes.
But also we have a very important thing is the media awards.
Recognition. Yeah, let's first take this call before we talk about the media awards. Good morning. Good morning. You're live on Morning at NTV.
Good morning to you.
Yes. Please go ahead with your question or comment.
I'm calling from Balala. I'm called Apollo.
Yes, Apollo.
I've stayed with my wife for 4 years, and we tested. They said we are all okay to have a child, but up to now we've been in marriage for 7 years now. We don't have a kid. I don't know what could be the problem, and how she can advise us.
Okay.
Thank
you very much. Yes, please go ahead.
So I want to ask him if he went to the doctor.
Yeah, he said they went to the doctor and they said they're both fine.
We're both fine. Then I think it's a matter of time, or it's a matter of going to other doctor.
Okay.
So I mean, maybe you can check more, and I advise him to go to some of the doctors of specialized in fertility in Kampala. I don't know the area he said it's in Kampala or not.
No, he's not. He's from Bara. It's a district about
yes,
200 kilometers from
200
Kampala.
kilometers. If he can make a small visit to one of the doctors, maybe in Malago Hospital in Kampala, who's the gynecologist or responsible for infertility, then he can diagnose little bit how can it be done. There is a certain techniques he can speed up the infertility if they don't have any problems, called the IUI, but this has to be explained by the doctors. So they focus little bit the sperms in a way, centrifugation, and they inject it directly to the woman without even any IVF or anything. It's a very simple technique, but it's speed up the possibility and probability of having, you know, the fertilization in with the normal with the natural way, in case there is no reason for both of them to have any kind of infertility or hormonal disturbance.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. Please let us know your name, question or comment for Dr. Rasha Kelej. Sorry, we can't hear you. Either you're too near your TV set, it's not clear. Oh, we have lost that caller. Good morning. Good morning. Please go ahead with your question or comment and step away from your TV set.
Hello.
Hello.
This is George. This is George.
Yes, George.
I'm calling from Tororo.
Yes, George in Tororo. Please step away from your TV set and talk to us.
We've just been there last year,
I wanted to find out.
Yes.
That that organization, does it work with churches?
Does it work where?
Connection.
So I think we have lost you, but I couldn't. He was asking if you work. I don't know. I didn't hear the last word. Okay,
yes.
We have another call on the line. Good morning. Hello, you're live on Morning at NTV.
Yes, I would like to know what the website is. I'm calling from Lira.
You'd like to know what the response is?
What the website is. Website.
Okay, can you please speak up? I'm not getting that word.
I'm saying I would like to know what your website is.
Website.
Yes, website.
Exactly. I'm calling from Lira.
Oh, it's calling from Lira. Yes.
Website is www.merck-foundation.com. If the team can put it on
yes,
screen.
the graphics team kindly help us with her details.
Merck-foundation.com.
Oh, thank you very much.
So Merck-foundation.com.
Yes, I've got it.
Yeah, great.
Okay, thank you
so
very
we'll
much.
be in touch.
Okay, I don't know if good morning, you're live on Morning at NTV. Please go ahead with your question or comment.
It's a very difficult line today.
Hello. Good morning, you're live on Morning at NTV. Let us know your name and where you're calling from. Okay, this will be our final caller.
Good morning.
Good morning. Do let us know your name and your
I'm
question
Duncan.
or comment. Sorry?
Sorry, I'm Duncan Ahijika. I run an organization in Bombo.
Yes, Duncan.
One of the domestic violence issues that I experience in Bombo,
Yes. Okay, we seem to have lost Duncan there. He was telling us an issue. Bombo is also about maybe 100 kilometers out of Kampala.
Yes,
Unfortunately, we couldn't hear what the
Actually,
issue
we're
was.
focusing in many rural areas in IAM, and we went to Tororo, and we are going to go in different areas in Uganda. I focus mainly in rural areas and villages, because we want to improve the awareness there.
Okay, yeah, we have a call on the line. Good morning. Please don't try to listen to yourself. Hello, we can hear you there.
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead with your name, your question or comment.
Yeah, this. Please don't try to listen to yourself. Hello?
Hello, we can hear you. Don't listen to yourself on TV, please.
Yeah.
Switch off the TV.
You know, people like to listen to themselves,
Yes,
but
yes.
because of a time delay, you are not able to hear yourself in real time.
Hello?
Hello, yes, please go ahead with your name, question or comment.
This is Inamga Brenda from Tororo.
Yes, Brenda in Tororo.
My question to the doctor is,
Yeah.
what makes a woman to take months without menstruating, and she's not in family, she's not using any family planning method, and she's not pregnant?
Okay.
What causes?
Yes, what causes that?
There's too many causes for infertility, as we said. It could be due to infectious diseases which not been treated in the right time since long time ago, and this caused the infertility. There is also surgical causes, like tubes of the ovaries need to be blocked with certain surgery, and there is hormonal cause, and everything has its own treatment. But unfortunately, some of the causes cannot be treated because it's a little bit late. So it's not diagnosed early enough, but there is management of most of the cases of infertility. So even if you're not having contraceptive pill or not in the family planning program, you still can have problems.
Are you saying that as soon as someone, you know, realizes there is something wrong, that I'm not pregnant, I'm not on family planning, but I'm not...
Doctor.
Go to a doctor. Don't wait for 6
No.
months or...
No, you can, I mean, if you are below 35 and you get married, you can wait for the first year to see if you can get married normally, because it takes a year to
No, but
have,
you're saying she had stopped having her periods.
for stop having her period for
Yes, she didn't say how long, but
Yes.
she wasn't pregnant and she wasn't using family planning.
and she stopped having her period and she's not having children.
No, I don't know if
So-
she has children and I don't know her age.
Stop. I mean, there's too many causes about this. I need to know if this is related to infertility, or she has no period because of menopause, early menopause, or what. Again, she need to have hormonal analysis to understand. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think we've got to end it there. There is a call on the line. I don't know if we can speak to that person. Okay, I will request that we put Dr. Rasha's details up, please, of her website and her
Social media, maybe.
and social media. But it is Merck Foundation. That is MERCK-foundation.com. Merck is MERCK-foundation.com. NTV-Uganda.com. Dr. Rasha, thank you very much for coming to Uganda, and thank you for what you're doing here in Uganda, giving hope to women, even those who don't have women. You told me earlier there are lots of children in the world.
Yes.
Yeah. And for those who are still not able to have children after
and they should be stronger and have self-confidence and believe in their ability to contribute to the community and society and to their country in many other ways than being mothers. So that's why the campaign called More Than a Mother. So every woman and every man is more than a mother and more than a father. So if you can have children, is well and good. If you can't, then this is not the end of the world, and society, community should tolerate, respect and appreciate every human being.
Okay. Thank you very much. Morning at NTV has to end it here, but please, you can get more about this interview on our website at NTV Uganda, and you can also follow us on Twitter. Do have yourselves a great day.